We got the queens in the house, y'all.
Hi, I'm Mrs. P. Smith, the Mama Bear at School, your favorite ELA and SPED teacher, but always teaching my students about business.
I'm Miss Rose, commonly known as the snarky teacher, always ready with the good candy. The kids say I'm their favorite math teacher. After school, it's lights, camera, action. During school hours, it's Miss Carter, the life science teacher saving lives.
We got the queens in the house, y'all.
And welcome back to the Real Teachers of Atlanta. I am Ty.
I'm Nikki.
I'm Joya.
Hey, Mr. Coleman.
Let's talk about kids and STDs.
That's nasty.
Nasty work.
Them kids don't be doing that type of stuff.
Yes, they do.
That's hard for me.
I'll never forget the time that I found two girls in the bathroom with a stall.
With the what?
In the stall, in the same stall.
Doing what? Passing math notes.
Sure. That's what we're going to call
One
it.
plus one. What's that called? 1 plus 1 equals 2.
Let me
2
tell
plus
you.
2. Turkey.
They were doing something, honey, but
They had to be passing math notes.
passing something, but it was nasty.
But
and I said, y'all don't watch. It's 6th grade though. They don't watch good enough for me for that.
No middle schooler watching.
I helped. When I was in high school, I did come across that. Some of the boys came up to me and, they told me, Coleman, I got a little discharge going on there.
Wait. What?
They didn't-
Whoa.
I guarantee they didn't say discharge. What's the word? They didn't say discharge.
I couldn't believe it.
They didn't know what
They know that
discharge
that
is.
is amazing.
Hey, look, I was impressed because I wouldn't have said discharge.
They tell you what color it was?
I would just say, man, I'm leaking right now, man.
This is not.
She leaking. She's so quick.
Oh.
Yeah, take it like a short second.
But they was, but where I'm from, it was that one clinic, and if you was seen in there,
Not the one clinic.
it'd be all
Everybody
around town
knew.
that you was burning, or you sick, or you got AIDS, or all the type of stuff here. So, being at the experience that I had, I had a little education on that, so I led them in another direction. Yeah, I've been on that road before, Ain't no big deal. Little bacteria got built up down there. You met the wrong one.
What burning feel like, Coleman, as a man?
Well, every time it got me out down in them projects. That's when they got me.
I'm talking about, is it like is it hot? It's just.
Oh, it burned.
Wait,
Oh, like burn.
It felt like pissing razors. That's what it feel like.
Ooh.
Mhm.
just cutting up down there.
Oh,
So
my
that's
goodness.
similar to like a urinary tract
Well, see, I
infection.
don't have several incidents with the kids telling about that. No, not urinary tract. It's like you got a blockage going on down there.
Oh, so
But
it's
you
not
said
flowing.
burn.
Yeah, 'cause
like-
you can't really get the water coming out like it should.
But
Oh, because it's inflamed.
Ew,
Yeah,
but
that's-
you
Like
said like
inflammation.
razors. Ooh.
Razors, not raisins. Razors.
Razors, like it's cut.
Like
That's
it's
what
cutting.
I'm saying. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I ain't say it right.
Your razors sound funny over there.
Okay.
It's the Alabama, I get it. But
Okay,
anyway.
Florida.
What you gonna do next?
But anyway, so I gave them another alternative to get around the clinic thing,
Okay.
because I knew
Some natural-
I had a lot of
some natural
friends.
stuff?
I had a lot of friends that they get hit
You
sometimes.
need an
too.
antibiotic. How can you get around an
Oh, it's a way
antibiotic?
around it.
An antibiotic?
Oh yeah, you ain't got to go to the clinic.
Let me hear this.
I tell them.
Can you say this and we publish it? Like, if you say it out
Well, we'll
loud,
put a
we're going-
disclaimer at the
Roll,
bottom.
let us
Go
hear this
ahead.
about this
I don't care.
antibiotic.
going down.
I ain't nothing.
Go ahead.
What?
Put a disclaimer.
Because I did it. I
Get to the
I did it.
antibiotic, man. What
I
kind
did
of antibiotic you use?
So what I did, I sent them down to you go to the agricultural store. All right.
Okay.
And so we had this one store in our town, it was an agricultural store. So nobody suspected that why brothers was going in the agriculture store all the time. Because when I told these two boys about it, all of a sudden I'm seeing everybody going in there.
You sent the kids to this store?
To
Yeah,
get
I
what?
had to help them out. They was embarrassed. They didn't want nobody to know.
But what are they getting at the agricultural store?
You go in there and you get horse penicillin.
Oh,
Horse
Excuse
penicillin.
me?
Horse
This feels
penicillin.
like Trump all over again. When he said, "Drink the
Excuse
bleach."
me?
What?
Get your water bottle and get the syringe. Get you a little bit. You can't take too much now. That's how I messed up the first time. I took too much. And boy, I was walking around smelling like penicillin. Boy, that thing was all out my pores. I know, cross-eyed all you want to. But it happens. As a young man, you don't know no better. You
Right.
just do dumb stuff, So I
wait
did
a
that.
minute. Walk me through this whole process.
I need to go back to.
So is it like a powder or like a liquid?
No, it's a
Y'all open
liquid.
it
It's
and
a liquid in
Oh, it's
a
a
little
liquid.
bottle. It has a rubber top to it where you stick the syringe in and you suck it out.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can't take out too much. So I used to tell the boy, just take out maybe about 1.5 or whatever, and just shoot it in your water bottle. And you shoot it in your water bottle, shake it up. You can't see it no more. It clears up. And then you drink it. And then maybe about a day and a half, gone.
A horse
So the stuff that they give you in the clinic
Oh,
takes
man.
about 5-7 days.
Oh, okay. How
To
did
get
you
rid of.
know to do that though?
I
Like,
learned I learned it from other guys. Other guys, because of the friends around me, they were getting hit like that. And I actually
Y'all
seen
was-
one
it
guy
was
go
the
to the
same
bathroom
girl?
one time. He was screaming in the bathroom. I said, "Man, what's wrong with you?" He said, "Bro, boy, I got
I hope
burnt."
not, Jesus.
So that's when I found out about going to the feed store and you get the horse penicillin and put it in your bottle of water and drink it. And by the day and a half, it clears up. You'll be pissing spring water by the day or two.
Listen,
that is very.
I'm glad
Interesting.
you got rid of whatever you got rid of, but I'm gonna have to. For every student out there, if you feeling some sensation or discharge, please go to the doctor.
Well,
Oh
I mean,
That's just his experience.
doctor
That got
is
my eyes
recommended, but like I said, these guys came to me, because they trusted me, because when we talk about everything, and when they told me what happened to them, I just told them, hey, you want to go to the clinic?
Well, technically, doctor is supposed to be the term doctor is one that gives information. So in that respect, no, you don't hold a medical license. No, but that
I ain't got no medical license.
but that's what the etymology. We're not gonna go down that street. Okay, but I mean, it helped.
I'm
You
with
get what I'm saying?
I'm with you. Oh no.
Well, look, as a teacher, you're giving
Your
kids
information.
all the time.
See?
So
Yes,
I
you
just
do.
saw that. I saw that no different.
No,
because
it worked.
my thing was
And
I always
granted,
want to help
Coleman
them.
was a high school teacher as
And-
well, but
Yeah,
we
it
have a
worked.
lot of middle school kids that are having sex, and
Yeah.
they are are not educated anymore about it, because I don't even think that we teach sex ed in school
We
anymore.
don't.
They
They
learn.
did at one time.
I know.
So they have a fifth grade. They have the fifth grade talk, right?
The general talk.
The general talk that's more about their transition to puberty.
Penis,
which-
vagina, ovary,
That's it.
testicle.
Oh, we running that back.
Running it
Yeah.
back. That's all they talk about. Fifth grade, and they separate the boys from the girls. Now I understand why they do it, but I do think the miss is that the boys don't learn about girls like that until
Okay.
so the next time that they're kind of like forced into it is what, high school? Because we don't have those courses in.
I
They
don't
need to-
remember doing sex ed in
I
high
didn't come
school.
across it in
No,
middle
it's
school.
a class.
But it's a
Anatomy.
class. Well, it's
Well,
not.
they used to.
Yeah, I
they
see what
used
you're
to
saying,
show
yeah.
the baby video, and
What
you
the heck?
don't have to give it any demonstration. But they used to
I'm
show
coming
the baby video in middle school.
Yeah, I
But you
remember that.
have to get permission from your parents in
Right.
order to
To-
watch
It was a
this
waiver
stuff.
they had to sign.
Right.
Yeah.
And I watched it.
We had the sugar baby.
The sugar bus.
Yeah, you get a pound of sugar. You cut out a picture of a baby. Put a little baby clothes on. That's your sugar baby. You take it around to
A
lunch.
sugar baby.
You can't.
Yeah, 'cause you gotta hold it. You gotta hold. It's like a sugar
Now,
baby.
back where I live in Alabama,
And it was
where I
fourth
come
grade.
from, Alabama, Georgia, they had not real babies, but they had dolls that.
Right.
Yeah, we did
That's
that.
what it was supposed
They did
to.
that. And
and
that's what-
everything.
Yeah.
It cried and everything.
That's-
The kids have to,
Yep.
and it was like, oh my God, we're teaching them how to be parents.
Well, the point was to
But I
teach them teaching the students to not become parents, like seeing how difficult it is. Because I know when I had my sugar baby, if I didn't have it during lunch, I got a 0 for the day. And I was distraught. Because do you know how hard it is to carry 4 books and a baby?
Mhm.
No, I don't want to know how hard
It
that
was-
is.
it was a lot.
I don't wanna know.
But it would make sense to really have a real baby that you would have to change. But
we
What's
didn't.
your sugar
I mean,
baby
but I think
name
that's one
was?
thing that's going to be hard to be to
So-
avoid.
my sugar baby's name was Lourdes.
Lourdes.
We break that down. Why?
Lourdes.
Where does
It
that
was a
come
boy?
from?
Like lettuce.
No, like Lourdes.
How'd you
Why?
come up with that?
Lord is.
Lourdes. Like Lourdes.
Yeah, Lord is Almighty.
I don't know where I got that name.
Okay.
It was just like straight off the dome. Just
I was like, that's a cute name. I'll name my sugar baby Lourdes. I wouldn't name my real child that.
You
but the
weird,
sugar baby didn't
But-
matter.
It's a cute name, but I was like, I found other names that I like more.
Okay, understood.
Lourdes.
That's
You
different.
so weird.
They,
I was in high school. I was a senior.
I know.
Okay, Lord.
She was just trying to get out.
It was for an assignment.
Well, they
y'all.
need to
That
teach.
black gothic chick
They
on
need to bring this stuff back so we won't have any more Lourdeses in
They
the
should
classroom.
just bring their real babies to high school because they having so many these days.
Because chlamydia
It's
and
real.
gonorrhea is one of
running
the
rampant.
top STDs amongst
Mhm.
young people.
Middle school through
And
college.
and what was the slang
Yeah.
name for chlamydia? You remember?
Was it clap?
Clap.
The clap?
You got the
Make
clap.
it clap.
Now, when I first heard that, I was green. Oh, you got the clap.
Chlamydia, I thought it was.
I
So
said-
I thought that was gonorrhea. It's,
Nah.
it's
No,
chlamydia.
chlamydia was
Okay.
clap.
Chlamydia is a lighter form of gonorrhea.
So-
Gonorrhea is when you get a ball in that thing and it's blacked up.
Lord have mercy.
And that discharge starts shooting, that yellow discharge comes out.
Oof, Jesus.
I never had it that far like that.
Wait a minute.
And women do the same. They just short. So you know when you got something. You
Oh,
know when
my
that thing ain't smelling right and it's down there, got the snot all up.
Mm-hmm.
You need
What
to go.
is wrong with you?
It is what it is.
Whoa.
It smell bad.
She said it's not all
And
up.
you trying to
Yeah,
wash.
yeah.
Move back road.
Trying to
you
wash.
mean?
Trying to wash 4 or 5 times. You know when you got.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's
And every time you use
nasty.
the Summer's Eve.
Well,
No.
But
I don't know about all that. I don't
Oh,
know. I'm just saying.
I thought that
If you,
was bad for
if you listen, young women, I'm gonna look right in the camera at you.
Over there? Okay.
If your stuff is green,
it's mean.
it smell mean. You need to be telling your mama to get you to the doctor ASAP because that Bath and Body Works or that Victoria's Secret you trying to spray down
Oh,
there.
they gonna spray that. Listen, they gonna spray that Victoria's Secret down there.
They gonna put that. Huh?
They gonna put it so bad.
Oh,
They gonna put it.
God.
They gonna.
No.
Nah.
No, that makes stuff worse, Donnie. You're not supposed to put nothing
Yeah.
down there. I cannot. Not
Joy.
They gonna squirt it down there now.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Just put it
God.
down there. They think gonna clear it up. They ain't gonna clear it up. You
That's
just-
it's gonna irritate it
you
even
just-
more.
You
just
need
put
an
more
antibiotic,
smell
baby.
over that
It's like
phone.
You gotta have antibiotics.
like swatting at a
Y'all out
wasp
here
nest.
exchanging body
Even
fluids and don't know what time it is.
Eyes water.
Diseases are real.
See, I don't see some cases in high school. Like, I remember a student one
I itch
time.
bad. I'm going to the doctor.
The boy said he
Trust me.
came to class one day and he couldn't be still in his seat.
What happened?
He couldn't be still in his seat, and I noticed it.
He had them bugs.
So I asked him after class. So I said, "Hey man, you all right?" He said, "It's cold, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy."
Is
Man,
itching down
He said, "Man, he was itching bad, boy." Even while I was talking to him, he was still grabbing. He was pulling his head, just grabbing. He said, "Man, I got the crabs,
Got
man."
them crabs.
I said, "Oh, boy."
My grandma said she used to wash every day. I said, Granny, why you wash every day? Because them bugs ain't coming in my house.
I ain't know what to tell them. I mean, the only thing I come up with, man, I like, dog, just shave. I don't know.
Yeah,
I ain't know what to
because
say.
well, technically pubic hair is the first line of defense.
But let me tell you,
anyway.
let me tell you what he
So
did.
is that like ticks or something? Like, what is that, fleas?
No, they're like little lice.
They're like little bitty
lice
bugs.
But I'm gonna tell you what he did though.
What'd he do?
Boy, that joker had me crying, laughing, boy. He came back to class the next day and he was still fidgeting, just couldn't be still. He just so I mean, I'm kind of laughing a little bit. I knew what was going on, but you know, I didn't tell nobody else what was going on because the students didn't really pick up on it. But he was trying to hide it. So finally, man, he says, "Coleman, I can't take it no more." He said, "But I got an idea though." I said, "What's your idea?" He said, "Tomorrow, well, I'm gonna be feeling better." So he ain't tell me what it was, but what it was, he came back the next day. He told me he kind of slowed down a little bit, but he told me he went and bought some black flag roach spray and sprayed it down there.
He done sprayed it on his property.
And he said that thing burnt his nuts up. He said, but it killed most of them.
He got
And he said it was eggs and everything falling out in the bathtub.
come.
I
Yeah.
want to throw
What the man said? What he said? Cut the camera.
Cut the camera.
I'm done.
Cut the camera.
Oh my God.
But that's what happened.
So the worst
Eggs.
thing I ever saw was when I went to college at VSU, I would never forget this experience. They had a class that was doing studies on sexually transmitted diseases on campus, and they found a student willing to take a picture. These were photos. This was like a gallery. We was walking a gallery at STDs. It was a picture, and the boy had herpes of the eye. He had herpes in his eye. So you know how they explain how it happened. Basically, apparently he had herpes or someone he knew had whatever, and he scratched the eye, scratched it, and it creates an opening. You know, all you need is a little wound, and then that thing looked like somebody had took a baseball bat to his face, and that eye was just oozing nasty. I said I would never sleep with somebody on this campus.
That's first of all.
My God, it was
mono
nasty.
See, when I was back in school, the white folk get that mono.
Yeah, what? I never knew.
What's that?
Do black people get that? I'm asking. So
mono?
The mono.
What I say?
Mono. What is it called? Monojacoc. It's got like every letter. It has every letter.
Mono.
Mono, all I know is one.
Yeah.
With from the mouth.
Yeah. From sharing drinks.
Oh, yeah.
You talking about herpes? You get the herpes at the lip and the mouth. See, I don't
herpes with and they be like, oh, it's a cold sore.
I don't care what it is. Don't drink my.
Is it a cream? The mono's a cream?
No, the mono is a disease.
Well, I ain't never known us to get it.
I haven't either, but
people of color.
I want to know.
I gotta edit that part out.
Nah, I know.
I was gonna ask because I've never seen it either. I've never seen us have it either.
I know. I see that lip thing all the time.
Man, I had a roommate that had that one time. I put her tail right out my room.
You got your sore up on your lip.
Oh, I got up at that room so fast.
I don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left her room.
I don't drink. That's why I teach my daughter, you don't
drink. Be drinking.
I don't even drink behind you. Don't drink my stuff. I can't come back to it. If I leave,
My mother always told me that you put a drink down, don't go back to it. I don't care where you are.
Yeah,
I think kids need to see a gallery of STDs.
That was scary.
But see, then parents are so, well, I don't want my kid to see. Kids need they need to see what's really out there. If you get to fiddling with other people private,
because they have
they're public.
Kids, Lois, starting at 15 years old, back in as early as 2018, statistics show that they made up 15 and up. Young people made up. I think it was like 15 and 21. I could be wrong about the stop age, but they made up for half. Half.
What?
Half of STDs in this country.
It used to be that college students, so what is it, 17 to 22, used to have the highest rate of STDs. And I know when I was in college, when I say that stuff was so rampant, they was driving the girls to the clinic. Everybody, because the guys never went, because that was the whole. I don't know if y'all remember when HPV.
The guys were embarrassed to go to the clinic. They wouldn't go. I'm telling you.
They used to like HPV. The girls got HPV and the boys don't see it, and the guys was just spreading it. I don't know if y'all remember that. HPV is something that men don't typically get tested for, but it would be something that women would have. And then they were like, "Oh, it can cause cervical cancer." So these kids really need to understand that you can have long-term effects even after a disease. Supposedly you've had it. Once you expose, like that's
Yeah,
you're supposed to be taking good care. My mama always told me you got one and you take care of it.
But you know, I know some of the guys in high school. It wasn't nothing for them to go from girl to girl to girl, like in the same day, and not even clean, not even wash themselves.
They just
from girl to girl to girl. See, y'all look at me like I'm crazy, but
no.
I'm talking facts right now, because this is what I experienced in the classroom talking to these guys. These guys, they come talk to me all the time. They tell me this stuff, man. I'd be like, dog, boy. I said, boy, y'all doing it, boy. Y'all doing it like that. Oh, yeah, let's go, man. I ain't gonna say that like the locations or whatever, but sometimes it be right there in the school.
Yeah, all the
right
time.
around the school. They do it right there.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
And they do like 2 or 3 girls right there in the same day.
I have known some students to get down.
Yeah.
I was at Christian school.
Ooh, good.
I'll never forget what you told us about that.
It's a fact.
But you know, but at that age, you know,
busting down.
Yeah.
Bust it down.
The oral sex in the sanctuary.
All of it.
In the sanctuary,
they don't care.
Yeah,
you don't know kids that
have sanctified now.
In the bathroom, wherever they can get it.
Yeah, on the sink, they don't care. Ain't nothing sacred.
Hot.
Why find you a nice size oak tree?
Sure in the heat.
What?
Yeah,
a nice size oak tree.
With oak tree,
you know, you
hide behind that.
Press up on.
Yeah, you can get over here.
I had one of my. He wasn't my student, but he was, you know, a high school student that I used to talk to all the time. And, you know, he felt comfortable with saying, you know, some of these kids started to say too much stuff to you.
Yes, they do.
They get real comfortable. So he was telling me he was out one night and, you know, they had a little car action. You know, the one that was rolled up. And he said... Foggy, hot. Do it supposed to smell, you know, it smelled bad. Do it supposed to smell like that?
Abort mission.
That's what you should have did.
What's that sound that used to
You know
be gotta
good
see it through,
well
my boy? That's where that joint came from.
You know good and well it ain't supposed to smell like
No,
that.
it's not. No, it's not.
Abort mission.
If a woman smelling bad and you still decide to go down there,
Are you a nasty son?
you should get everything that's coming to you. You know ain't got
You know
no
what's
business
coming
smell
next.
like a fish.
Boy, he tough.
You know what's coming next. There's a difference between having a everyday, for certain women, you know, have an everyday.
Yeah,
You've been to
sometimes we have a
gym or
bad
something,
day.
sure.
Sometimes it's a bad day.
But if it's rancid, and that's where the education come. If it,
Rancid. That's good. That's a good
I
word,
like
Joe.
if
that
it's
word.
rancid,
That
you
mean-
know,
that mean it's really-
Stand on that.
It's really
Rancid.
stank.
yeah,
Yeah, when rancid.
it's rancid.
Rancid.
It's going in the title somewhere. Rancid STD.
Okay.
Rancid. Yeah,
That's nasty.
that's not something that
There
you
used
need
to be
doing.
another word. What's another word they used?
Rank.
rank.
That's it right
Short
there.
for rancid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the
But you
word
know,
I
Right.
look
you
for,
really
right.
can't beat the kids up, man, because
No.
like I said, a lot of them just not educated on it. They don't understand. You know, it's like they, you know, boy meets girl, girl meets boy, and they get into each other, and you know, they already know about sex, and that's the next level that they go to. You know, and you got a few girls that don't go that route. You know, they try to hold it. You know, just keep it to themselves. But then you got most guys that are just pressure them. But then you got the ones that's out there. You got girls going from guy to guy to guy, you know, so they don't know what they're getting or taking in their body, whatever. So
Yeah.
they just don't understand, you know, and that's how I looked at it, you know, because to me, like I tell my kids in the classroom all the time, anything you tell me, I'll never find it strange.
Yeah.
I'm just going to listen to you, and if I can give you a solution to it, I'm going to give you a solution to it. If not, I'm going to tell you I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Just like when the boy came back crabs. I didn't know what to tell him.
A lot of middle school kids
Mhm.
like having oral sex. They think they can't get nothing.
Yeah, I was
Get that
gonna say
blood-
that they do.
get
Y'all
that
remember the,
blister on your
the
lip.
rainbow parties that the kids used to have?
Rainbow party.
Rainbow
Y'all
party.
ever heard of the rainbow
Yeah,
parties?
I've
that the
heard
That
of
kids-
sound like a sword fight or something.
Kobe
It
must-
basically
So
is.
I have
basically,
no idea. What's
they-
a rainbow party?
so these kids would be at middle schools would be at a party, and the girls would put on lipstick, just different color lipsticks.
Oh, Lord.
So by the time they were done, the men or the boys would have different color lipstick rings around their penis.
The rainbow
They might have
party.
orange, blue,
Because they were
Mm.
layering it
red.
on.
Yeah,
So
just
it's-
stack it up.
we doing it? I mean,
No, that was back in the day. I hope
Yeah, that was
I
in
hope
middle
they're not
school.
doing that now.
Mm-mm.
It was like 20 years ago.
That ain't nothing fun.
Rainbow parties. That's what
What?
kids were doing.
Rainbow party.
I remember even at man.
Hmm.
Okay, so let me ask this: Do it? I cannot go.
I'm trying not to say nothing on that, but y'all go
Please
ahead.
don't.
Oh my goodness! But I was
Cause it
gonna
look
say
like
who.
you trying to
So the
take
kids, why do
on
they?
the road.
Mm-mm.
Go ahead, Rob.
Coleman said, take it nowhere. But Coleman, you mentioned that the kids know about sex already, and so now they're interested in it. But whose fault is that? And where does that? And if we can't play, I don't want to say it's just a blame thing, but
I'm not going to
whose
say
fault?
it's the parents' fault. I mean, when these kids come to public school, you're going to learn all kinds of stuff just from other kids, because
Yeah.
other kids may be well versed on something that other kids may not know. And then the other kid probably want to hang around the cool kid, try to be like who they are, and they're going to pick up their habits. It's just what it is. What it is. I mean, and that's why I just don't look at it crazy, because I've seen good kids come in and just end up being the most gangster out of all. And I've seen gangsters come in, end up being the good kid. It happens. It just depends on what type of environment they desire to be around, or whoever they're hanging around. But sex was one of the I ain't gonna say sex, but I'm gonna say relationships was one of the biggest problems in school, because these kids would get in there and think they in love, and come to find out it ain't what it is. And then they think these young boys gonna be faithful to them. I tell girls all the time, I tell right in front of the boy, because I wasn't scared to tell them, these boys ain't finna be faithful to y'all. Because once the next girl come along with her drawers down, they getting that too.
Oh, yeah.
And don't even think they finna just hold on just to you. They're gonna keep you around, because if you keep the club open at night, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? They're gonna come up and shoot up in it every time. But if they're not getting it from one, they're gonna get it from the other. So don't never think they're being faithful to you. They're young, and they hormones are wild. They just, I mean, because I was young. I remember that. I remember how I was in school. I was the same way. So I know these young guys now are doing the same thing, and even the girls. And the girls, I've seen girls that just really just blew my mind because they just as nasty as the guy.
Aggressive.
Talk crazy. But this is the society that we live in now. So our best bet right now is try to educate them as much as possible, try to be loving towards them, to help them to get where they need to be. Because they're going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah, but
there's no stopping it.
The school is not the place, though, for you to be busting it wide open.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care about no school. These kids already coming to school already on another objective. It ain't even education no more. It's the best outfit
there.
or who I'm coming to see or where my friend at, where my boyfriend at, where my girlfriend at, or girl on girl, boy on boy. It doesn't matter.
They're there for something else completely different.
It's on a whole nother level now. So that's why I think to me, personally myself, that's just my opinion, I think trade school would be the best bet for the majority of these children. Learn a trade, use your hand, get out there and make some money. Because education, I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't see it.
That's just so nasty to me. But I think part of it is, I think you're right that we don't teach about it at home. We're not teaching about it. I'm generalizing because my kids know better, but we teach about it. We don't teach about it at home. We're not talking about it in schools. There's a fear, I think, for parents that, I don't want the school to teach my kid about this, but then they're not teaching about it at home. And so I think that kids, their natural curiosity, if I want to know about something, I'm going to go get the information from somewhere, and I'm going to get it from my friends. Like I don't get it. Why as parents, we don't want our kids to learn at least some scientific facts, right? Learn the information so that they can make better informed decisions. Because I think that we glamorize body counts and, let me see if I can get to 35 before 18. No, that's weird.
Well, it's a lot of just misinformation. Even let me see how I can
just say it.
But while you saying that, kids can still get information they can go online and get it. Pornhub.
Right. Well, and see, that's the thing.
YouTube and all that
The kids probably own
That's the thing. It's like there's not enough scientific education about sex and sexuality, even for young boys. You ever heard of the myth for young boys, if they ejaculate a lot, that they'll go blind? And people think that that's a myth. That's, they tell boys, don't play with yourself because you'll go blind. That's what the old folks used to say. But there is a scientific link to that if for males, if they do lose sperm or too much of it during certain times of the year, they can have issues with their spinal cord fluid, which, links up to the brain. And then they have issues with their eyesight. They get old a lot quicker. That's why a lot of men in India and these Eastern countries, they can have children until they're 90 years old because they're using semen retention and they're preserving their sperm. So it's a lot of nutrients in the sperm. But to go back to for the man, there's a lot of nutrients in the sperm for the man to keep. It's like gas for a car. So if you're constantly ejaculating,
I'm just looking at your face.
So there's not enough information about what young men are supposed to do when they're young. All they're told is just to ejaculate as much as they can, and then they have the porn, and then the porn stars are doing. Then they try to replicate that in their real life when that porn is just it's a setup. It's all for acting. It's just to make money. But there's not enough education when it comes around sex and sexuality for young kids, and that's something that we, our community used to do, but we've just lost that, and now we're afraid to talk about the consequences of certain things, even with showing kids these are the STDs that you can get if you're sleeping around.
Do you think we should show? Do you think there's something the school should be showing? Or teaching?
No, that's why I think we need to educate our own. Because if I sit and talk to a bunch of kids about semen retention, that's not, or I can't teach semen retention, but if you bring a male in that is a master in that and telling about the benefits of it, then that would make sense. But a lot of parents don't want their kids to know about that. And they don't, it's just not something that's a part of our culture. Whereas with other places, like if you're a part of a certain religion or if you're a part of a certain group, semen retention is a part of their rites of passage, like their curriculum within their culture. We just don't have, I'm speaking about melanated people. We've lost a lot of our culture, a lot of what kept us together as a society. Going back to even sex and sexuality.
Monogamous.
Yeah, and you had kings that would sleep with lots of different women and they wouldn't get tired because they weren't ejaculating every single time. They were preserving that semen for the woman that they wanted to impregnate.
Life was better back then.
You weren't even alive then.
Yes, but I got educated on it.
So there's a lot of there's just a lot of education that we just don't have, even for women with, sleeping with a bunch of different men, us,
And it ain't good for women to have sperm in them. Like this.
Yeah.
Talk about it, Joy.
I mean, sperm is alkaline. So if you're sleeping with a lot of different men, it can throw off your pH.
It definitely can throw off your pH.
It can throw that pH off, which can then give you that.
She knows a whole lot.
That yeast. I mean, I'm a science teacher, guys.
Yes, you are.
So
Yes,
I study outside.
Get back to the pH balance.
It can definitely throw the pH off.
That's right.
All the way off. So if you're sleeping with a bunch of different, which people can do whatever they want, but you gotta
understand the consequences.
Exactly. And then if the sperm is toxic, if the man isn't drinking enough water, if they're not eating enough green vegetables, it's going right to you.
Yeah, they crazy with that joint.
That's
I mean, I will say, because I mean, when I feel like coming up, the only thing they told us was don't do it and don't touch it. That's all we ever got told. That was a sex ed. Don't do it and don't touch it.
That's not enough sex.
That's not, but that's what we were told.
And it's just not.
That's not enough.
My sex education when I was coming up, my auntie told us, don't let a boy play with your panties. Don't let nobody play with your panties. You hug a boy, you get pregnant. I was like, eventually we grew up and we got the real facts. But, that's just to scare y'all.
I feel like that's the problem. We don't need to scare them. We need to educate them. Because I feel like that's true. It was the goal, at least when we was coming up, was to scare us into not wanting to do it. Yeah, you need to. And then we were like, y'all lying. Because everybody else talk about how good it feels. I want to go do it. And then now you went off. That's it. That's what was happening.
I heard a guy associated with the Bible one time.
Well, you did what?
I heard a guy associate like the feeling good part with the Bible, talking about, he was telling some boys one day, we was at basketball practice, and he was telling some boys, the boy going about how they like to, come and all this here with the girls and all that. Then he's all, man, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. He said, when God made man, it was good. He just, and then he made the assumption of putting that emphasis on it, saying that, okay, God did this as well. I'm like, he threw it. Now, I know I talk crazy all the time, but he hit me on the head with that one. Because I looked at him like, bro, what the? Really? Okay. God hit somebody and made us. I said, okay. I said, okay, then we'll just roll with it then, see how far that goes. But, the boy kind of laughed at it and went along with it. Then at the same time, here come the cheerleaders in. They looking down there. They already knew. One gave the eye, the other gave the eye. Next thing you know, they back on the other side of the gym.
Yeah, but I tell them, y'all just out here doing something. Because the boys are not fulfilling you.
Oh,
they out here getting their little quickie off and it's over. And you talking about, I had sex.
You ain't do nothing.
You ain't did nothing for real. You got a long way to go.
And I hate the fact that... a
lot of things to experience before you truly...
And you know what? I hate the fact that women now, that just, and it's like they accepted it now, And I know I use the word a lot too, because I'm out with a guy, we be talking or whatever, but, they're labeled as bitches, hoes, and all that type of stuff here, and they accepted that.
Right.
But now it's the point now to where these guys got it so tuned in their head now, it's like, you don't want to see, these guys don't want to marry these girls no more now. It just pretty much just lay and play, that's it.
And the girls aren't requiring it.
Because in their mind, they're looking at them as a whole because this is what they have accepted as who they are. Well, most females anyway. I'm not going to say all females are like that, but most females have accepted that. Because I even seen girls, yes, bitch, go ahead, ho, talk to each other like that, to make it seem like it's all right,
That was good, Coleman. Yeah. That's a good impersonation.
How they say it?
Yeah, I ain't doing it again.
right, y'all.
I'm so masculine for that. I can't do that.
Look, what are some ending phrases that you would like to, some thoughtful words to give to parents about how they can educate their children about sex and sex education? What do you want to say to the parents before we move on?
You know, when I was growing up, it was easy to say keep your legs closed.
Mm.
But I think that not the way of the world as we are in now. But if, you know, I am a mother of a young girl, or I raised a young woman that's, you know, now a young adult. So I would say to any young girl, know thyself, get to know thyself before you know, because when you're having sex, it's, you know, it's energy, it's transferable. Learn about sex all the way. Really know when you're wanting to do it, why you wanting to do it. You know, because it's just more than having sex. It's a lot more that goes into it. Take your time. It's really no rush. Really take your time and decide if that's something that you want to do, because it could be really complicated. So for me, for telling another parent to tell their child, you know, be open to telling your mom about what it is that you're feeling, what it is, what you want to do, and just really, you know, think about it. Take your time and don't let anyone pressure you into doing anything. But to sum all of that, know thyself.
Oh, you're looking at me?
Next.
Anybody?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think parents need to not be afraid to talk to their kids about sex. And that's a very simple statement, but order your rubber penis, your rubber vagina, sit it on the table and show them these are your body parts. Even when you have young children, if somebody shows you something and it looks like this, you need to run and tell the nearest adult and get far away from it as possible.
Absolutely.
And stop playing around with this whole thing. You know, I think religion as a whole has really spooked people into avoiding talking about sex and hoping that it will go away. But we have to be very real and upfront and honest. These are the types of STDs that you can contract if you're not careful. These are the different consequences. And if you're a person that's really deep into spirituality, hey, if you sleeping with a bunch of different men, these are the different types of salt baths that you need to take to cleanse your energy. Because yes, you can sleep with a man here, you know, 2 weeks later you move on, but that energy is still locked into your womb. And a lot of that is manifested into the STDs if you're sleeping with the wrong person, or it can manifest into fibroids for certain women, or it can manifest into PCOS. There are so many different ways that energy, if it's negative, it gets locked into the uterus and it has nowhere else to go. So there are just so many different things that young girls just need to know. And if the parents don't know, then the children won't know. So it's really important for the mothers to know. We've lost the mother of our village, that those ancestors, those wise women of the community. And if you look at our society, that's why it's just falling apart. But hey, this is your vagina. Get a mirror. Get a and put it down there. This is you. It's a part of. Look at it. Don't be afraid of it. I mean, you carry it around with you every single day. And be honest.
My mama definitely know her mind look old and young.
Go ahead, Nikki. we running over.
So I would say that to do exactly what my mother did, which was to have those conversations and have open dialogue. And when we had questions, we could ask her, and she did sit us down and she told us the exact names of our body parts and was like, we not sugarcoating. We don't need no nicknames. You need to know what it is, what it looks like, how it works. And so when them little boo-boo fools tried to come through, I knew how to say no. And she empowered me to say no because it was mine. And she told me how precious I am and how precious what I have is. And she did the same for my brother. And I think that is important. So one, developing those relationships with our sons and our daughters, of having open dialogue, not just when it comes to sex, but having open dialogue and an open door policy with your kids for them to talk to you about whatever's on their mind. So then when it gets to that point, that's an easy conversation. And I will say, though, as a parent, it's not a comfortable conversation. So I can only imagine how my mom probably felt when we were asking questions, but because now I'm on that end, right, where my kids are asking questions, and that's fine. It's a tough pill to swallow, right? As a parent, it is uncomfortable, but we have to get comfortable being uncomfortable because those are our kids. And if we don't teach them, the world will teach them for us. And I would rather them get it from me than get it from somebody I don't know that doesn't have their best interests at heart. And that's what we have to keep in mind.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
Y'all good?
Go ahead, Cole.
All right. Well, thank you for watching The Real Teachers of Atlanta. We are on Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and Instagram. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more content like this, please remember to subscribe and follow us at Real Teachers of Atlanta.
We got the queens in the house, y'all.